Hello, I'm Katie and welcome to the Investing Today video guide to simple investing. We know this stuff can seem daunting, but don't worry, we're here to help. In this video, we're going to look at some of the key things you need to consider on your investing journey. We'll help you think about some key questions. For example, why is investing important? Are you ready to start investing? What kind of investor are you and what products do you need? And what can you invest in? Investing should be simple and it should be fun. So, let's get started.
As we go through life, there are going to be times that we want or need things that have a significant cost, such as a wedding, children's education costs, and, of course, our retirement. And so we consider how we might plan to pay for those things. And we think about investing for the future. Then we start to have questions like, how much money do I need to put aside? How do I make sure I get the best return? And what kind of financial products will I need? One of the key questions you'll need to answer is this: what kind of investor am I? Do I want to use the services of a financial advisor, or am I confident enough to be self-directed? If you have complicated financial affairs or can't get comfortable about investing even after spending time like this learning about it, you're probably better off with a financial advisor. However, if you feel confident about investing, having done your research, it can be significantly cheaper to go down the self-directed route, particularly if your financial affairs aren't so complicated. Whichever way you decide, this video will help better prepare you to understand your options and the likely impact of decisions you make either on your own or with a financial advisor. Accepting that potential higher returns comes with higher risk, you need to be comfortable with the level of risk you can live with. It'll depend on your capacity for loss. How much can you afford to lose? It'll depend on your need for returns to achieve your investment goals, and it will also depend on your inherent attitude to risk. There are online resources that can help you find your risk appetite. Some are free, some you need to pay for, but if in doubt, you should consult a financial advisor before you start investing. Bear in mind costs when examining your options. The effect of compounding on your returns is what helps your invested money grow. That compounding effect also means costs are effectively multiplied over time too. This is something you can control, so do look really hard at costs. You also need to consider tax because it's a cost to you. Governments like to encourage saving, and so they put in place approved tax incentives that you can easily benefit from. For the average investor, these tax breaks are likely to come in the form of either the ISA product, recently renamed the NISA product, and the self-invested personal pension, otherwise known as a SIP. Finally, you need to consider what you want to invest your money into. Diversification is key, and allocating and balancing your money across the various asset classes is one of the most important things you'll need to do. There are four main asset classes. Firstly, cash, a lower risk, lower return asset. For most people, likely to be a savings account. Secondly, bonds. Think of these as loans you make to an organisation, such as the government or a big company. Usually higher return than cash, but there is an increased risk, as there's always a possibility that the loan doesn't get repaid. Thirdly, equities. This is where you effectively buy part ownership in a company in the form of shares or funds. Higher long-term potential than the previous two asset classes, but more volatile and certainly higher risk. Finally, property. You can invest in property either directly or through specialised collective funds, but remember, if you own your own house, you already have some long-term exposure to this asset class. There are other asset classes such as commodities, arts, antiques, etc., but we'd consider these as alternative asset classes requiring quite a specialised knowledge and whose value can be extremely variable.
In this video, we've started to look at some of the key things you need to consider. I hope you found it helpful. If you go to our website, you can download our e-guide called The Simple Guide to Investing, which expands on some of the stuff we talked about here and gives you much more detail. You can also download it as a podcast. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to keep visiting the Investing Today website where you can see all our latest e-guides, podcasts, videos, and much more. Bye for now.